All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about something that is sitting at the absolute heart of being a designer today. It's a choice, a really fundamental choice that, frankly, every single one of us has to make now that AI is in the picture. And really, it all comes down to this one question. Seriously, in the age of AI, are you going to be replaceable or are you going to be indispensable? This isn't about the software you use or how fast you can work. It's about who you decide to be. See, to really get this, you have to understand that we are at a major turning point. This isn't just some new trend or another tool to learn. No, this is a genuine crossroads, and the path you take from here is going to define your entire career. Okay, so look at these two paths. On one side, you've got the factory designer. This is probably pretty familiar, right? You get a ticket, you execute on it, you deliver some mockups. It's predictable work. But here's the catch. That's the work you're now competing with AI to do. But then there's the other path, the linchpin designer. This person doesn't just execute. They create order out of total chaos. They find the human truth in a project and deliver strategy. One is replaceable. The other is indispensable. So you might be asking, why is that factory designer path so dangerous all of a sudden? Well, it boils down to this new threat that is just taking over the internet. And that threat is something called AI slop. We are all seeing it. The internet is just getting flooded with these generic, soulless interfaces. I mean, they look okay on the surface, they've got all the right buttons, but they feel empty. There's no spark, no soul, nothing that actually connects with a real human being. And here's the part that's kind of tough to hear, but we have to face it. AI is amazing at that factory work. If your job is just to churn out mockups and follow a system, well, you're competing against something that can do it instantly, perfectly, and can try 100 different versions in a minute. And you know what? It never gets tired, and it never needs a coffee break. This creates a really brutal new reality in the market. It used to be that a mediocre, soulless product would at least get to launch, and then it would fail. But today, users can spot that generic, nobody cared about this vibe a mile away. These products don't even get the chance to fail anymore. They're just ignored from the very beginning. Okay, so if competing with AI on production work is a dead end, how in the world do you become that indispensable linchpin designer? Well, it's not about working harder. It's about a complete shift in how you see your job. And that shift is really the core of this methodology called Whiteport Design Studio, or WDS for short. And it totally reframes what you do. With WDS, you're not just making pictures of a product. You're literally architecting the product itself. Think about it this way. Your design is the blueprint. It is the specification. The code at the very end, that's just the final printout of your brilliant thinking. Now, this is so important because a lot of people think that working with AI is all about getting better at writing prompts, right? Like you're just a factory worker telling the machine what to do. But with WDS, you flip that entirely. Your strategic thinking, your design decisions, that becomes the input. You're not prompting, you're leading. And this quote just nails the mindset shift. We all think of writing specs as the boring, tedious part of the job, don't we? But in this world, it's the exact opposite. Creating the specification is the most important thing you do. It's the moment you capture your unique, creative genius and make it permanent, make it immortal. So, how does this big idea of immortal genius actually work in practice? This isn't just some vague philosophy. It's a really concrete process that's built around 4 specific deliverables. These are the things a linchpin designer actually produces. So here they are, the artifacts of a true linchpin. You start with the project brief, getting everyone on the same page about why we're even doing this. Then you create a trigger map to make sure you're building things that users actually need. After that, your brilliant ideas get captured in crystal clear scenario specs. And finally, the design system makes sure that brilliance can be scaled and repeated. See how each step builds on the last? It's a system for impact. So where does AI fit in all of this? This is the beautiful part. In the WDS world, AI agents are your creative partners. They're like an assistant you can brainstorm with, explore different paths with, debate trade-offs. And then, once you've made the smart decision, they become obsessed with perfectly documenting your brilliance, not trying to replace it. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this all sounds amazing, but is it actually practical? Can I really do this? Well, let's look at how you can start making this change literally today. To learn this entire methodology from start to finish, It takes about 10 hours. That's it. We're talking about a 10-hour investment of your time to completely change the direction of your career. And getting started couldn't be easier. The entire course is free. It's open source, right on GitHub. There are no subscriptions, no secret fees. The only thing you'd ever pay for are the AI credits you actually use, which ends up being maybe 15 or 20 bucks a month. And there's a whole community on Discord ready to help you out. So we're right back where we started. The choice is right in front of you. One path has you competing in a race against AI that you just can't win. The other path leads to you becoming that strategic, indispensable designer whose vision is so valuable it's treated like gold. Ultimately, the tools and the specific techniques don't matter as much as the mindset. The real change happens inside. It's about you deciding who you want to be in this new world of design. So I'll leave you with that one last question. Which designer do you choose to become?